Rick Owens has always been a friend to paradox. His collections embrace complete extremes like beauty and brutalism. I think today we saw a utopian vision of dystopia. Owens is talking about the change that's coming to the world, environmental change, and to the fashion industry. Change is traumatic. Change must be embraced. No one embraces it like him, and I find it absolutely inspiring. Well, the scenario that you've established in your notes today, it is quite complex.
I've been doing physical gestures in my last few collections, and it's been feeling like the right thing to do. I was doing these grand things with earth, wind, and fire before, and then they got more physical, and then it got reduced to even smaller physical gestures, like exposing a penis. What does that mean about male pride and shame? Women carrying women, an emotion that everybody can understand, like how it feels when you stumble and somebody supports you. Everybody can feel that tug of emotion from that. I thought, how do I reduce that physical gesture even more and bring it down to me? And so I shut myself in my studio, and the exercise was I draped every single piece in the collection personally, and in what I thought is almost like my handwriting. It's my personal handwriting that's all over these clothes. They're all kind of draped with my personal handwriting, and I thought that was how I could kind of condense the whole physical gesture idea even more. And I thought also it's kind of a small positive effort in the face of change, in the face of, because there's industry changes too that we're feeling, and I'm thinking this is my personal little positive response to everything. This is the only thing I can contribute that's a positive response to any kind of change. Environmental, huge changes, small changes. This, like, by sending my handwriting out, I thought that was a poetic gesture.
Rick Owens, and he's a genius, and we have conversations and we figure stuff out, and then we make things and we break them and we fix them again. And we started off with a perfect sphere, and then the perfect sphere we pulled it apart, and then he sent me pictures of like street performance bubbles. He didn't want to cover the girls as in completely shroud them. He wanted there to be transparency, and with the lighting downstairs everything becomes very transparent. They're almost like there's like a silk likeness to it, but they're essentially like a spun ball of hair. It's almost like a wasp's nest that's been destroyed and broken apart.
It was absolutely fashionable because it was all about liquidity. Fashion is all about morphing from one thing into the next and into the next into the other. I was captured by the vision of those women with this kind of that hair that was like the inside of a egg or something. It looked like they were caught in a state of transformation.
There is more poetry in the collection. I mean, what I feel from what I've seen is that what you're saying about change is that change leads to rebirth in a way, and there's a sort of phoenix element. I mean, the mastodon over here, but the phoenix over there, which I think is a very, very kind of you idea.
Yeah, but the phoenix is about like rising up in a singular way as something stronger than before. I'm thinking of changes as like melting into the ether, melting into the energy that has been before us and that will be there after us, melting into everything, melting into eternity. And that's kind of why the clothes, I wanted it to look like they were evaporating. So there's mohair things where the mohair is evaporating into the air. The hair helmet things, they're kind of chrysalis cocoon things, are kind of melting into the ether. That's kind of, and that's kind of a beautiful thing. It's kind of reassuring that, I'm not going to die. I'm going to become part of everything, and everything is a part of me.
You wouldn't blanch at the notion that your collections have a message then?
I hesitate to say that because then I sound like a know-it-all that is preaching, and I'm certainly not that. I just think that runway shows are a great opportunity to talk about things other than just skirt lengths and accessories. I think there are so many elements of beauty that we can talk about in a fashion show that are not just hair and makeup and the set. I think we can talk about beautiful aspirations and beautiful behavior, and I kind of like that. And these are all proffered as just suggestions or just thoughts, not a manifesto or not a sermon.
I think anybody, even people who don't have a clue what it is that you do, would look at the clothes, look at what you do and think there's a lot more to this. I mightn't be getting it, but I know there's a lot more to this.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hi, I'm Tim Blanks. I'm editor-at-large for Business of Fashion. If you want to see more of my take on fashion, just press this button down here and see what happens.